Hi, I'm Jason Lewis, and this is my Invelo masterclass. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to build a business, specifically through people, and how to hire, train, and retain your people. A little bit about me first. I am a Utah-based real estate investor. I have been in the business for about 8 years. I've got 5 little kids. That's the thing that keeps me the most busy. But in addition to that, I have 3 businesses. One is the Utah Wholesale Company. I also do specifically networking and relationship-based deals. That's my wholesale hub company. And then I also am one of the co-owners of the Investor Machine. Between those companies, I have over 80 employees. I spent my first 5 years actually working for someone else. So everyone has their different starting story. Some people just started, some people took a specific training. My first 5 years was spent working for someone else. When I started, we were flipping about a home a month. And 5 years later, when I left, we were doing 150 to 200 homes a year and big commercial stuff and things like that. So I started in September of 2017 as a one-man show. And then by that next May, I had the company built out to the point where it was much smaller than it is now. But basically, I didn't have any role in the day-to-day processes. I was able to spend most of my time working on the business. That's since grown. I've switched back and forth from being in and out in the company based on how we've grown, and then started the Investor Machine. So when I started out in September of 2017, one of my big mentors is Darren Hardy. One of the things that he says is rather than just reading books for the sake of reading books, you should master skills. So I decided there were 3 skills that I needed to master in order to achieve everything that I wanted to when I left the previous company. The first of those was setting goals. Getting really, really good at, not just like your basic, you've got to set SMART goals, the things that you learn from a YouTube, but mastering the process of setting goals. For that, my favorite book of all of them that I've read is Living Your Best Year Ever by the same Darren Hardy. Number 2 was habits. Sure, you can set goals, but if it doesn't affect or adjust your day-to-day and doesn't move into being a habit, you're likely not going to see the same long-term improvement in your life. So my favorite book on that one by far is Atomic Habits by James Clear. And then the third skill was hiring, training, and retaining staff, because I knew that I was only going to be able to go so far as a entrepreneur and doing everything myself. If you've got really good goals, really good habits, that's great, but eventually you're going to run out of time. So in order to grow and scale, I needed to be able to master that. And that's what today's masterclass is on, is everything that I have learned from my hundreds of thousands of dollars in lessons and years of experience in getting really good at hiring, training, etc. Another person that I follow really closely and really have gotten a lot from his teachings is Gary Keller. One of the things that Gary Keller talks about is you need to move from E to P. So E is entrepreneurial, P is purposeful. A lot of us are entrepreneurs and we work really hard, we're really good at what we do, and you can see from the graph here, this has been my experience for a lot. You're working really, really hard, you hit the top, and then, disappointment, resignation, greener pastures up, and you just keep hitting that ceiling. The way that I've found to break through that ceiling is to move from entrepreneurial to purposeful. And the best way to move to purposeful is to work with systems and processes that are proven and continuing to work, these same systems and processes. And that's what I'd like to do here for everybody listening, is give you the systems and processes that you need to really be able to level up in hiring, retaining.